It's Saturday night in the Magic City, and that means Birmingham Legion are back here at BBVA Compass Stadium for another home match in the USL Championship. From just outside of downtown Birmingham, the South Side, our host for another USL Championship match on this Saturday night. Loudoun United FC are in town to take on Birmingham Legion FC. Good evening, everybody. Blake Gardner joined to my left by one of the best head coaches in all D1 soccer, Mike Getman. Excited to bring you this match here tonight in the USL Championship. And Mike, as I bring you in here, Birmingham Legion once again looking for another positive result. Loudoun, though, comes in playing some really good soccer.
Both teams, I think, are feeling pretty good. Loudoun has won 1-1 in their last three, and of course Birmingham Legion has won 2 and tied 1 in their last three. So I think both teams are feeling good. Should be a very competitive match. Certainly
both sides operating on the front foot, looking to climb the Eastern Conference USL table as we play into tonight. And let's get a look at our impact players this evening. First for the visitors, Loudoun United. Let's start at the back. Akeem Ward, the top tackler on this club. He can do a little bit of everything from that wingback position.
He's a really exciting player. He's a good, rugged defender, wins a lot of tackles, but he likes to get forward. He serves a lot of crosses. He's a big part of their attack as well.
Certainly good pace and good ball served into the area. He can also get back and defend as well. So certainly a man to watch along the right flank of this Loudoun United club as you get a look at him there. On the other side, Birmingham Legion's defense is anchored in the middle by Mikey Lopez. He's a diminutive guy, but he's a strong guy in the middle of the park.
Mikey's been a key to this team every match of the season so far. He likes to win tackles in midfield, and then he connects passes. And if he can do those two things, then Legion have a chance to succeed.
He's been the captain of this Legion club. He will wear the armband once again this evening for the home side, and once again is hoping for another clean sheet for his defense. We're just about ready for soccer in downtown Birmingham tonight. Loudoun United FC and Birmingham Legion both making their way to the pitch. We'll look at our starting lineups and get kickoff rolling when we come back. It's Legion, it's United, it's the USL Championship.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to the Magic City, downtown Birmingham. There's 5 points, not too far from BBVA Compass Field. Our home for USL Championship Soccer tonight. Time to look at the starting 11s for each side. And we'll start with the biggest surprise of the evening. Loudoun United starting 11 does not feature Akeem Ward, the former USL Team of the Week honoree. Did not make the trip down. It's Villatoro who gets the start at right back, Mike.
Still a really good team and a really good defense. We have 4 different guys who've scored so far this season. So change in players, but I don't think we'll see a big change in style.
Orlando Sinclair had a big night against New York Red Bulls last week. He'll look for a similar performance this evening against Legion. Speaking of Legion, let's get a look at their starting 11. The personnel stays the same from a week ago, Coach, but it's a different formation.
Yeah, they're going to play with two up top, it looks like, with Kasim and Hoffman pairing together. I think trying to stretch the defense as well as combine together to create offense. And then, of course, you got Kobayashi playing as the attacking midfielder in this formation. He's had some really good games so far this week. I think he'll be a real key for this team this game tonight.
So from a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-4-2 for Birmingham Legion. That's a look at their starting 11 this evening. There's a look at tonight's coach for Loudoun United. It's Richie Williams in his first season, of course, at the helm of this expansion club. The 48-year-old and former USMNT contributor has been a long-standing man at DC United. He now takes over their USL club in their first year of play. Tommy Sohn, meanwhile, came down to Birmingham from Columbus Crew, but he's best known perhaps for his time at DC United when he won a Supporters Shield and a US Open Cup. So it's a pair of ex-DC United men who lead the squads tonight. Our referee is Sergei Damianchuk. He is just about ready to give us the signal for play this evening. It's Birmingham Legion at home in the white tops and black shorts with white socks. Changing it up for the first time here at BBVA Compass Field. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Gevin. We're ready to get this one underway from downtown Birmingham. It's Legion and United. Glad you could join us on this Saturday night. As Culbertson's long throw is up towards Hoffman.
I don't know if the change in uniforms is because of the beautiful clear night we've got tonight, or whether they're just trying to mix it up and see if they can create more goals in these white uniforms. They have scored 6 times wearing white uniforms.
3 times on the road against Louisville City and 3 more against St. Louis, the 2 Legion wins to this point in 2019. As Lopez switches play across to Eric Avila. We mentioned just a moment ago, it's a 4-4-2 diamond midfield for Birmingham Legion. The first time they've rolled out this formation in 2019. As Culbertson receives from Laurent. And Mike just trying to give Chandler Hoffman someone to work up top.
Yeah, they have gone with 2 up top, but in particular, Prosper Kasim is really quick, likes to run behind. I think they're trying to have him drag some of those big, tall defenders out of the way and leave some space for Chandler to play. We'll see how that works. Kasim has played mostly in midfield in previous games, but he's certainly got that scoring ability. We saw him score the first goal ever at Louisville City, so we know he can be dangerous.
Legion's played 3 times here at home. They have yet to find the back of the net, as they were held scoreless by Bethlehem Steel and Swope Park Rangers and Ottawa Fury FC. That Swope Park match a week ago finished 0-0 as after an extended run of Legion possession. Loudoun United perhaps a chance to string something together. This is Jack Villatoro, a 17-year-old from DC United's academy who makes the start along the right flank, his first start in 2019.
It's always interesting to see how the young teenagers do. There's a big difference between playing academy soccer and playing professional soccer. And so we know he's got the talent or he wouldn't be here, but it can be a little overwhelming sometimes when that game
Played
begins.
Through. This is Sinclair making Murphy with time and space. Aravo cuts out. Lovely work there.
Tight call on the offsides, but obviously the assistant referee felt it was a good play and let it go. Aravo did a great job of recovering, getting back to block the shot.
Correct me, that was Loudoun that was in on goal, the Wake Forest product, who scored last week against Red Bull 2. Was very close to scoring for a second consecutive match. First corner of the night belongs to Loudoun. Connor Presley sends it towards the front post, and it's going to be a goal kick.
These set pieces are going to be an issue tonight. Last weekend against New York, Loudoun scored off of a corner, scored off of a free kick, and hit the post twice off of set pieces. So it's definitely a big part of their attack.
No doubt about that. 3 goals for Loudoun United last week in their win over New York Red Bulls. They enter tonight on 5 points, 1, 2, and 2 so far in this 2019 campaign. Legion a couple of spots ahead of them at the table with 7 points already from their first 5 matches. As Kasim looks to play in Culbertson. Culbertson definitely keeps it in play along the touchline. Good find. Johnson to Kasim. Kasim with a chance to play it towards the top. Hoffman.
Well, that's what Legion FC is definitely looking for, is great combination play, outside defenders getting into the attack, and then a brilliant ball from Daniel Johnson to get it all running. Unfortunately, Chandler Hoffman just puts it over the top of the net, but beautiful attack.
Legion had plenty of the ball last week against Swope Park. Mike, it was all about can they break down and make that key pass in the final third.
Last week they had a lot of possession, not a lot of chances. And tonight it seems like they're having a lot of possession, but they're also already getting good chances to score. So if they can keep that up, I know that Coach Sohn will be really happy.
These two expansion sides going at it in the Magic City tonight. Both sides, of course, coming in, as we've mentioned, off positive results, and both trying to move into that top 10 of the Eastern Conference, the current USL table.
I doubt it was anything that the coaches talked to the team about, but this is the first game of the season where Legion FC is not playing a playoff team from last year.
Good ball over the top. Kasim. Flag stays down. It's Kasim. Turns, holds off the defender. Lays it off for Hoffman. His left foot is deflected out of play. It'll be a corner coming for Legion. Good work by Verfurth.
Good defending at the end, but good play from Legion FC. Twice now we've seen Kasim get behind the defense and then create opportunities for Chandler Hoffman to score. I think that's exactly what Coach Sohn wanted to see.
It'll be Daniel Johnson to send in the first corner of the night for Legion. He plays it short to Culbertson. Lopez back to Johnson, who may or may not have been onside.
Nice little combination. They may be a little intimidated by the size in the back for Loudoun FC. They're 6'4", 6'4", 6'4" across the back when you have the goalkeeper in. And so it may be a decision they made. Let's try and beat them by playing on the ground rather than just by launching it into the box.
Harry Hawkins, Colin Verfurth, performed very well last week. They've been the center back pairing most of this 2019 campaign. Good individual work by Sinclair to beat a couple of defenders. He'll win his side of throw. Orlando Sinclair made his first start last week against Red Bulls. Cross is in, deflected away by Lopez, our impact player tonight for Legion.
That's what we expect out of Mikey Lopez. He's going to win balls in the air, even though he's not a big man. He's going to win balls on the ground. He's going to be the scrappy fighter that leads the defense, not always by 1v1 defending, but good tackling, good communication, just being a part of almost every defensive play.
Legion trying to build out of the back. Instead, they give it away in their own third. Chance for Pilato. Good ball in. Danger. Van Okel is there, and Laurent clears it away.
They get a lot of players in the box. They're playing a 4-4-2, which means there's always two center forwards in the danger area, and then they're bringing wide midfielders into the play as well. So they've got a lot of bodies. Any bouncing loose balls become really dangerous.
Another corner coming for Loudoun after Kyle Murphy's shot was blocked aside by, I believe, Mathieu Laurent. Already the second quarter of the night for Loudoun. Once again, it'll be Presley to take it, the 20-year-old Austin native who made his professional debut in the USL Championship, but was in Antonio FC. This time, a back post ball is delivered. Headed by Hoffman, a second time by Lopez, and a foul is given. It'll be a free kick coming for Legion, as this gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game tonight. We already talked about our impact player, Lopez, for Birmingham Legion, but in terms of our keys, let's start first with the visitors, Loudoun United.
Well, they haven't scored a lot of goals this season, and so they've got to create goals. They had a great game last week with a lot of goals, but that's for sure the key for them. And then they got to build on the momentum that they've had in the last few weeks, going 1-1-1 in their last 3. I'm sure they're feeling confident coming off their first win. That's what they're looking for as keys to the game. For Birmingham Legion, a little bit the same. Score goals. That's been a problem at home, although we've scored 3 in each road match this year. And then set-piece defending, because Loudoun is so big in the back. They bring those big center backs forward. Corner kicks, set pieces are going to be a real problem.
Excellent ball by Murphy. Couldn't quite hook up with Loudoun, who has already made a few runs forward and created some issues for the Central Defensive Legion. It was Eric Avila who had to track all the way back and make sure Loudoun couldn't get his studs to it. Certainly a wide open game through the first 9 minutes or so. Here's Culbertson. He's got some options. Plays an early ball that's blocked away. Nicely done by Hawkins. And now some space on the other flank. Thibaut Doué. Sinclair taken down, and a foul is given as Kyle Fisher went through the back of Sinclair. We get a second look at it. Looked like he might have got the ball, but also a little bit of man.
Yeah, I don't see too many arguments with the call from Legion FC players, so I'm sure he got him.
Fisher was booked last week in the Swope Park match. Former ACC Defender of the Year. Spent plenty of time in the MLS with Montreal Impact. Has been one of the vital figures of this back four as Murphy's run is offside. Flag is up.
It's going to be an interesting contest. You got 2 center forwards matched up against 2 center backs at both ends of the field. And so as the play goes on and as wide defenders get into the attack, there's going to be some moments where both teams are stretched and defending even numbers. Those center backs are going to have to do a perfect job. That time Matthew Laurent did a nice job of just letting the man run off sides.
Injury report tonight brought to you by Viva Health. No injuries reported to us on the Loudoun United side of things. On the Legion side, they are once again without center back Marcel Apia as Loudoun is once again in a dangerous position. He tried to turn it back, but Mikey Lopez was there to cut it out. As Lopez still with it, looking for options, looking for the run of Kasim. It was cut out by Hawkins, but I believe Kasim would have been offside.
Yeah, that's one of those interesting plays. If the assistant referee had put up his flag, they'd have had a free kick. Instead, Legion FC maintains possession because it gets cleared out of bounds.
Kobayashi sinks back in to get a touch. He's functionally playing as the top of this diamond.
You can see how many players Legion FC have brought to one side of the field, and then I'm guessing they want the early switch to the other side, which should be open for one of the outside backs to get into the attack.
Here's Lopez. Does he play the diagonal switch? He does. He finds Culbertson. Culbertson has swung in the most crosses of anybody on this Legion club, pushing forward from his left back spot. As Johnson and Erivo couldn't quite hook up. That'll be a throw coming for Loudoun as Jacques-Jean Baptiste wins the throw. Approaching our first quarter hour, no score between Loudoun and Birmingham. As we mentioned, 2 of the 7 USL Championship expansion sides. Legion, of course, independent. Loudoun fully owned and operated by DC United in the MLS. Good find by Kasim. Johnson has plenty of options, making a run forward. Johnson's right-footed shot curls, but is well wide.
Didn't quite get his foot all the way around the ball the way he wanted to, but great opportunity. I like that he's trying to take that shot last week. We didn't see the midfielders taking very many shots. Just didn't get all of it, but a good opportunity and hopefully a sign of things to come.
Good tackle by Erivo to win possession back on the other end of the park. Lopez given plenty of time in the middle. Gotta figure Daniel Johnson's gonna be a part of a goal sooner rather than later. A team high 8 big chances created, according to Opta. Here's Hoffman.
He definitely creates chances, and he's an exciting player because he likes to take defenders on 1v1. He just hasn't caught the break in terms of scoring goals or creating goals yet, but it's going to come for sure.
Good work by Kobayashi to track back and win possession back. Johnson once again plays wide. Legion pushing numbers forward. 3-4 guys near the top of the 18. Johnson to Culbertson, and now everyone works towards the box. It's swung in and cleared out. Heavy touch from Lopez, and Loudoun now finally able to clear it all the way back towards the midfield stripe. Good work by Kyle Fisher.
Yeah, great defending by Fisher. Not letting Loudoun get comfortable on the ball.
Late whistle, and Fisher is called for the foul as Murphy remains down for a moment.
Magic City Brigade didn't like that call, but I think the officials got it right.
It was certainly an aggressive challenge, and it looked like it was a touch late as well, based on the look we just got.
He definitely got some ball. He may have got a little piece of the foot as well.
So free kick coming for Loudoun. Their defense and defensive midfield certainly something to keep an eye on. This defense would be even better if they had the presence of Donovan Pines, but he was only able to play the first 1 or 2 matches for this Loudoun side before he was pressed into duty with DC United. Big club got hit with a couple of injuries early, and so Pines has been playing major minutes at the MLS level.
It's one of the interesting parts of this.
Oh, he's through. Kyle Murphy with a chance against Laurent. Murphy cuts it back. Avila does well to intercept.
Matthew Laurent did a really nice job of slowing him down, and Eric Avila did a great job of getting back, double teaming, and winning the ball.
Daniel Johnson trying to turn against Villatoro. Does so. Excellent footwork from Johnson. Johnson still moving. Johnson with a chance. Oh, finally taken off the ball. Great work to track back by Villatoro, but there's the excitement Johnson can bring. It's another corner.
Loves to go at the defense. Definitely creates excitement. Villatoro did a great job of just getting his foot on the ball right before Daniel Johnson could get the shot away. But another opportunity, another time that Legion FC gets behind the defense and able to run at goal. We didn't see that last week. We're definitely seeing it early and often today.
Legion not taking this one short. It's going to be Johnson all the way. Johnson towards the front post, headed away from danger. Lopez trying to run it down, does so, but Johnson was in an offside position. Legion fans, you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. That's the Legion FC app. Download the app today, available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Legion FC app. And don't forget to hammer down. A little over a quarter of an hour gone between Birmingham and Loudoun tonight. Thanks for joining us on ESPN Plus. And locally here on My 68 on the south side of downtown Birmingham. Couldn't ask for a better setting this evening. 70 degrees.
Really is a beautiful, clear night. Great temperatures. The field has improved over the last couple weeks. The quality of the grass has really come along. I'm sure the warm weather has helped. It does make for perfect environment to play soccer.
We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is the first time Legion have worn their white tops at home. First time they've really mixed white and black. Primary kits for Loudoun, black head to toe this evening on the road. Just looking for something, anything to change up the vibes, change up the mojo here at home. There seems to be a lid on the mouth of the goal. Here's Johnson on a turn. Johnson still moving. Plays out wide, Erivo. He and Kobayashi can't hook up. Daigo Kobayashi nearly double the age of some of these Loudoun players tonight. The 36-year-old from Japan.
He's certainly got the experience, but he's got the skill and the brains to go with it. I really enjoy watching him play. If both teams keep attacking the way they are, I don't think we're going to see another 0-0 match. You never know how things play out, but both teams have been trying to get forward, throwing bodies into the attack. That's not usually what leads to 0-0 games.
First booking of the night is going to be Daniel Johnson for an aggressive challenge against Viatoro.
The yellow card, caution.
As he left his feet and got plenty of the right ankle of the Loudoun right back.
Daniel Johnson in the 19th minute.
First time he's been booked this evening, or this year.
It's not what you usually expect from him, but he's certainly fully committed, willing to do whatever he can for the team. These set pieces are really dangerous opportunities for Loudoun. It's what they look for. Watch for the big boys at the back post.
Loudoun as a team, as you mentioned, Mike, haven't scored a whole bunch this year. They scored 3 of their 4 goals on the season a week ago against Red Bulls 2. They were all dangerous opportunities on set pieces.
They only scored 1 goal in their first 4 matches of the year and then exploded for 3 last week. They also hit the post twice on set pieces last week, so they certainly seem to have found the formula.
Presley has his service denied by Lopez. It'll just be a throw coming as that out-swinging ball didn't quite clear the first line of defense.
I don't think he hit that the way he meant to.
So a throw coming. It'll be Viatoro to take it. Culbertson does well to win it back. Here's Hoffman. Taken off the ball nicely by the youngster Viatoro. But Hoffman went to ground and won it back. Baptiste swings a dangerous ball in. Van Oekel is there, and that's the first catch he's had of the night.
I think Loudoun sees themselves as the bigger team and they want to play some balls in the air. But if they float them up like that, Van Oekel's going to come and claim everything.
Legion's still trying to build out of the back. It's another throw coming for Loudoun. Fans, be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th at 6 o'clock Central Time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC, visiting the 2-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the week's best match on Game of the Week, April 30th at 6 o'clock Central Time on ESPN3. Be a throw coming for Legion after Lopez sends that one off Orlando Sinclair. Let's a look at the Magic City Brigade tonight.
Fans have really filled in tonight, and they seem even more enthusiastic than they have in some of the other nights. They're definitely making their presence known.
Looks like a crowd of well over 5,000 here at BBVA Compass Field in downtown Birmingham. Home supporters still looking for that first goal from their home side, hoping tonight is the night that Legion break through in that regard. Jean Baptiste holds off Kobayashi, the 19-year-old from Honduras. And now Viatoro with some space. Plays an early first ball to Presley. Culbertson did well to hold him off, so Van Oekel could come collect.
Good communication between the goalkeeper and the fullback there. They both knew exactly what was happening. No opportunity for Loudoun FC to get on the end of that ball.
Culbertson connects with Hoffman, plays an early ball towards the middle, but nowhere to be found was Prosper Cassine. Van Oekel once again to the rescue. The 32-year-old who began his career in the USL with Minnesota
managed to knock that ball completely out of the stadium.
Made sure that ball was not going to be in the field of play. Clean sheet for Van Oekel a week ago against Swope Park, 6 saves. Had one the previous week against St. Louis that was nominated for Save of the Week in the USL.
Legion FC over the last few weeks have gotten tighter and tighter defensively. Van Oekel's made a number of big saves in each of the last few matches. If things keep going the way they are, I won't be surprised to see more clean sheets and more awards coming his way. He's been a really big part of this team so far.
Culbertson would have been called for a foul. Referee plays advantage. And Culbertson tracks back for the interception. Only as far as Sinclair. He and Presley trying to combine. Culbertson proving to be a worthy foe in that regard.
Sinclair seems to like to roam a little bit all over. He's been wide left. He's been in the middle of the field. Now he's coming over to the right. I think they've given him the freedom to just roam wherever he'd like to.
Foul given, a free kick coming for Legion. Lopez opts to take it quickly. And restart play for the home side as we get a second look at the offense. Another early ball played towards the direction of Hoffman and Kasim. Legion certainly making a point to try to get those guys involved.
There's no doubt that they have made a decision that they want to play a few more balls behind the defense, try and use the pace of Kasim to get chances. It's worked a number of times. That last one didn't quite get there, but they don't look like they're going to stop playing that ball. So far, they've created a lot more chances than they did at this point last week. So they haven't gotten the goal, but they do seem to be getting the chances that they want.
Certainly more of a wide open flavor to this contest than some of the ones we've seen so far this year in the championship. Both sides still searching for that big chance to try to open up the scoring. Another diagonal ball to Culbertson, who's waiting for the run of Johnson. Johnson all the way from midfield got to that and wins his side to throw.
Last week we saw Swope Park team that sat back with 9-10 defenders almost the entire game, and when the match finished they seemed delighted with the 0-0 draw.
Good ball from Culbertson, only finds the head of Hawkins, who sends it away.
Loudoun seems a little more willing to send people forward, and they're trying to create goals for themselves. They look like they've come to try and win the match rather than just defend for 90 minutes. Certainly will make for a more exciting game.
Lopez pushing forward. Avila, the right back in the center of the park right now, knows he can't lose it and does well to keep it.
Yeah, got himself into a little trouble with an extra touch, but made up for it nicely.
Johnson trying to play Erivo. Erivo's header to a dangerous position, almost found Kobayashi, but Earl Edwards Jr. was out to cut it away. First time Edwards has really been challenged tonight, and now his team operating on the front foot. Plenty of time for Loudoun. Loudoun's cross blocked by Laurent.
That was some great individual defending by Matthew Laurent. He raced back, but then slowed himself at the last minute, read where the ball was going to get played, and was just standing there waiting when it did come. Great job.
Kasim was in, but he was off. A free kick coming for Loudoun. And based on the look we got, that looked like the right call from our linesman on the far side, Ryan Graves.
I don't think the Magic City Brigade's going to agree with any of the calls tonight, but officials got that one right for sure.
Certainly Legion have had more of the ball in our opening 25 plus minutes. Right now tracking at over 63% of total possession in the early going.
And that's been fairly typical for this Loudoun team. Loudoun United has given up about 60% every match they've played this season. They're not as worried about keeping it and looking pretty. They're a little more of a counterattack team and set-piece team, and so statistically at least it seems to be right on track for their normal.
Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Good extended run of possession here for Legion. Erivo did well to hold off a few defenders. Here's Kasim now. Kasim turns, plays out wide to Culbertson. Mahdi's going into the 18. Good work once again by Verfurth. Johnson leaves his man in the dust, turns, wanted to get off a shot, taken down in a dangerous area and a free kick given as the foul is going against Noah Pilato.
Loudoun United certainly not happy with that call, but one of the things that happens when you run at teams with the ball, people make mistakes, referees are forced to make decisions. The more pressure you can put them under, the more likely something good happens for you.
Johnson certainly sold it. Contact was minimal, but
If you're going to leave your feet, you're going to take the risk. And that time the referee made the call.
3 separate white jerseys stand over this free kick in a very intriguing position. It's Kasim, Kobayashi, and Johnson. Now Kasim will vacate the area.
Yeah, the left footer has walked away from the play. This is definitely going to be a right-footed ball.
It's a 3-man wall for Loudoun. On what is about to be Legion's biggest scoring opportunity so far. It'll be Kobayashi to swing it, and almost giving Birmingham the lead.
Great strike, hit it really well, got it over the wall and down, just brushed the wrong side of the netting.
Credit to Edwards Jr., looked like he had it covered on the near post. Good work all the way around. Kobayashi certainly going to be frustrated that he couldn't find the frame.
Can't hit it much better than he did. Great strike, right in the upper corner, just 6 inches to the side.
Another long ball played forward. Avila wins it in the air. Murphy brings it down. Loudoun trying to create something dangerous, instead a goal kick coming. Fans Legion FC returns to BBVA Compass Field on Saturday, May 11th when the club hosts 2-time defending champion Louisville City at 7 o'clock local time. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza beginning at 5 o'clock and cheer on Legion FC. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. Half an hour gone here in this first half. Quarter hour left to play. Been an entertaining first half hour to this point. Good work by Culbertson. He wins his side of throw on the near touchline. Kasim. All the way back to Johnson. Johnson's been dangerous on the ball so far tonight. Lopez, lovely switch to Avila. Avila's cross, deflected. Will it lead to a corner? It will.
Really nice soccer. That's what Legion FC is looking for. They switched the play from one side to the other, but not with any difficult balls. It went from the left side into Mikey Lopez. Nice ball played out wide. And again, another scoring chance because of it.
It'll be Culbertson to swing in this corner. Legion's third of the night. Hoffman and Laurent right in the midst of the 6-yard box, trying to impede Earl Edwards Jr. Culbertson swings it in. Laurent tried to get there, but in the end, a collision forced his header wide.
I think that was a designed play. They put 2 men on the goalkeeper, making it look like they were going to impede his play, but instead both men left to the front of the 6. Ball was served to Laurent's head. He got a piece of it, but just couldn't quite get there.
Douay sings a long ball forward. Fisher is there, and the second ball is won by Lopez, but only as far as Presley. Presley in a dangerous area, trying to get it off his foot. Now Sinclair. And Lopez, along with some other white shirts, finally regain control. Johnson now wants to lead a counter, back the other way. Couple of nice step overs, trying to beat Baptiste. Looking for help, gets some in the form of Kobayashi. Kobayashi a diagonal to Culbertson. Not the deftest of first touches, but Culbertson wins a corner. Or did he? Yes, it is a corner. Originally it was going to be a goal kick, but our referee had second thoughts.
The referee got it right. Culbertson just walked away from the play, and it left the referee confused, thinking that even Culbertson thought it was not a corner.
We'll get a really tight look at it here.
That's a tough call.
It is.
Hard to tell exactly which way, but it's going to be a Legion corner.
Fourth Legion corner of the night, taken short to Hoffman. Johnson trying to beat Presley. Presley providing some annoyance, and in the end, winning the ball. Well done by Presley. The Austin native pressuring Daniel Johnson there. And in the end, nothing comes of the set piece for Legion. And a throw coming for Loudoun, I believe, is what our referee is trying to communicate. Interesting.
Both teams looked a little confused by that call. He must have seen something nobody else saw.
Even Presley was confused as to why the referee was gesturing to him. So it is a Loudoun throw. They regain possession, if only momentarily, as Lopez sends it back to the direction of Fisher. Fans Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for parents of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help you get back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Aravo does well to keep it in. Tried to find Hoffman, but couldn't quite keep it in the field of play.
This game's getting a little bit stretched. Maybe that late in the half, both teams getting a little tired, but you've got forwards at both ends of the field and lots of room to run in between.
Another throw coming for Loudoun, and Viatoro goes down once again, but gets back to his feet relatively quickly. Ten minutes left until we reach our halftime whistle. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Glad to have you with us tonight. Hoffman couldn't hold off Verfurth. Now it's Aravo. Lopez's pass cut out by Murphy, but a throw coming for Legion.
Loudoun United is working really hard in midfield and putting people under pressure. When Legion can break that pressure, they've been able to switch the ball and then run at them.
Douay plays it back to the direction of Harry Hawkins, the Cambridge, England native. Hawkins, the Englishman, and Verfurth, the Virginian, have combined as the center back pairing most of this 2019 campaign. Here's Presley. He's in against Laurent. Laurent cuts it out. Corner coming, though, for Loudoun. There's the big body of Mathieu Laurent paying dividends once again for this Legion back four, and really he's slotted in nicely, Mike, since he broke into the starting 11.
He's grown in confidence, and certainly today we've seen him have a pretty big impact on the match so far. These defending set pieces, he's going to be called on because Loudoun United has some really big people to send forward.
Loudoun's third corner is headed away by Laurent. Back into a dangerous area with a punch coming from Van Okel. It wouldn't have mattered because the flag is up for offside.
There's been some rough play on those set pieces. Referees let both sets of players go after it. Could have called 2 or 3 fouls probably in either direction on that play, but he just let the big boys go in battle.
Laurent tried to play through Aravo. Instead, it was cut out. Loudoun with a chance to attack. Sinclair was making the run. Lopez was there to deny it. Johnson taken out behind the play. Referee plays advantage. Kassim back to Johnson, who got to his feet and turns forward. Here's Aravo, who looks like he's switched sides of the park, at least momentarily. Legion just seeming to find more time and space on this near side of the pitch rather than the far side. Can Aravo bring this long ball down? He can. He beats Viatoro. It's still Aravo. Hoffman couldn't quite get to the finishing ball. Here's Johnson. Johnson tees one up right at the direction of Edwards.
Well, it didn't score, but at least there's a shot on goal. 2 or 3 opportunities to be dangerous on that play. Aravo did a nice job of holding off his man. You like the strength that he used to hold the defender off and get the pass in.
No yellow coming, but I believe a talking to from Jack Jean-Baptiste, who dragged down Daniel Johnson about a minute ago.
Good officiating there. It wasn't a hard enough foul to give a yellow card, but he didn't want to just let it go without anything, and so he talked to the player to make sure he understands that that's not going to be allowed.
Here is Jean-Baptiste on the ball as he plays it wide to the youngster Villatoro. Fans, when you're busy shuffling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal. Many evenings keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co, as Daniel Johnson is getting another talking to from our head referee this evening.
He picked up an early yellow card, then he's had 2 or 3 fouls since. That one right in front of the Loudoun United bench. The referee had really little choice but to talk to him. It wasn't enough to send him off, but you can't just let it go. He's left a leg in on a couple of tackles so far.
Our referee once again tonight, Sergei Damianchuk. He's been a bit busy the last few minutes. Villatoro turns inside, finds Pilato, the Penn State native. Long ball across for Douay, who couldn't keep it in play.
Some nice soccer, just a bad touch by Douay that got away from him. Can be tough when you're making those mistakes right in front of the Magic City Brigade. They're not always the quietest group of fans.
Kyle Murphy against Kyle Fisher. Fisher plays off the run of Loudoun. Loudoun, his service blocked away by Lopez. Was it kept in play? It was, and it's a throw coming. Lopez, our impact player tonight, has made a couple of key interceptions and key stops so far tonight.
He's just a tireless worker. He gets up the field when they've got possession, but he's always back defending. He's always double teaming. He's always looking for opportunities to help. Did a great job there.
Nice tackle by Avila. He sends it far away from any danger, all the way back to Edwards, the San Diego, California native, in goal tonight for Loudoun, and former teammate of Chandler Hoffman's at UCLA.
Soccer makes the world small sometimes. You travel 2,000 miles and find yourself on the same soccer field as an old teammate or old friend.
Nice pass there to free up Connor Presley. Presley against Laurent. Early cross in. Good work by Fisher. His head sends it away, and he might be hurt.
It was a great defensive play. Beat his man across just as he's supposed to. Diving header to get it out of trouble. But I think he caught a boot to the face.
Certainly looked like it from that angle we saw, as Murphy was trying to get his right foot to it first.
Nothing malicious in that play at all. Both players just trying to get on the end of the cross right in front of the goal. Kyle Fisher did everything he could to get there first, but he paid a price for it.
Fisher remains down and is attended to by the Legion FC medical staff. Legion already down one center back coming into the night. Marcel Appia has not played in a little over a month due to a calf injury that allowed Mathieu Laurent to break into the starting 11.
Laurent and Fisher have been a great pairing so far. Be ashamed to see Fisher have to go off here. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Fisher is sitting up at the very least. While we have a moment, fans, follow Birmingham Legion or Loudoun United and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com as we get another look at the injury to Fisher, who is to his feet now and jogging off. Good sign for the home side, who will play down a man until he is evaluated and cleared for action once more.
Great to see him jogging off under his own power. but I'm sure the doctors will take a look and just make sure that he's okay. With a head injury, you got to be careful.
Presley's delivery is cleared away by Lopez, and then all the way out by Kyle Culbertson. Everybody also reset, gained shape, and Kyle Fisher is back on right away for Legion. So everyone regained shape. Legion back to full strength with a little less than 2 minutes plus stoppage time left in our opening 45. Just enough time for both sides to try to push for that one final chance. Villatoro didn't look like he kept that in play along the touchline. Assistant referee didn't see it. Here's Sinclair, still Sinclair towards the top of the area. And finally, Leroy cuts it out, and the referee will signal the foul back where he played advantage a few yards ago.
There was a foul. Daniel Johnson tried to take Sinclair down once he was beat. He didn't. Sinclair kept running at goal. Laurent got in the way, and the referee eventually brought this back. That's a long time to bring the play back.
So another set piece opportunity coming for Loudoun, perhaps their last of this first half.
That was an NBA continuation foul there.
Something like that, as Presley whips a good ball in towards the back post. Nobody home, as Verfurth couldn't quite get there.
First couple free kicks and corners, they lofted the ball into the box. That time they drove it a little harder, trying to maybe sneak somebody in at the back post.
Van Oekel sending his men forward. And finally does send it away. We'll see how many minutes of stoppage time we have. Just the one. Our stoppage time tonight brought to you by UAB Medicine.
The fourth official has indicated that
perhaps one final chance here for Loudoun.
We added to the first
Avila cut out the would-be through ball, and Erivo comes back to win possession. The free kick is given regardless.
Coach Sohn was giving the assistant referee an earful just a moment ago. Now the referee has called something that's been a little bit of a ticky-tack foul, not too hard a foul. I think he's trying to make sure he maintains control of this match before the half.
Culbertson tried to head it towards the direction of Kasim. It was Johnson who brought it down. Sent it back towards Lopez, who sends it back out wide to Culbertson. Culbertson, an early ball into the area. Headed away by Hawkins. It'll be a throw coming for Legion. And perhaps the final gasp for either side here in this first half. Touch for Hoffman. Avila. And Avila let it slip into touch. And that will be all from our first 45 minutes of action from downtown Birmingham tonight. Scoreless between Legion FC and Loudoun United FC. And Mike, your initial thoughts on our first half of action?
I know both teams are going to be disappointed that there were no goals. Other than the goals, it's been a pretty exciting match. Both teams getting forward, both teams creating chances. I think Legion have had the Lions' share of possession, the Lions' share of chances, but it's been an exciting match so far.
Scoreless between Legion and Loudoun. Halftime festivities coming up, including an interview with Birmingham Legion goalkeeper Matt Van Oekel. That all comes your way after a quick timeout.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
It's anti-evolution, not to win. Fight, no defeat. I am going to the street. Overcome, showing strength.
Here we're starting goalkeeper Matt Van Okel. Matt, coming off that 0-0 performance against Swope Park, what did you think about how the team played?
You know what? We put in a great shift. All right, everyone in front of me played really well. Obviously, it was our first shutout of the year, first one in expansion team history. So for us, yeah, it was a step in the right direction. We're pleased to not let any goals in, but obviously we're still hungry to get that first home goal.
How do you think this defense has really gelled over the last few weeks, especially?
I think it's been great. I think we're all getting to know each other a little bit better. We're feeling comfortable with what each other brings to the field, and we're starting to feed off each other more and more.
Now trying to get that first win at home this week against Loudoun. How's training been like? What's the focus been like?
The focus is always how can we keep creating more and more opportunities, but still be surefire in the back. So yeah, I mean, we're excited to play Loudoun. We know that they're a young, hungry team coached by a legend. So yeah, it's going to be a fun experience for us here this weekend, and we're looking to get those 3 points.
You're a vocal guy. A lot of fans have seen how vocal you've been trying to organize the defense in front of you. Who else has stood out as kind of the vocal leaders on this club so far?
I think everyone pitches in quite a bit. Obviously, Mikey brings a lot of that intensity with how he plays, and everyone feeds off of those tackles that he makes in the midfield. Culbertson, I mean, everyone pitches in at the right times, and I think it's been really good going forward with us.
What else have been kind of your first impressions? Obviously, this year their first year with the club, but you've spent time in USL around other clubs. What are the vibes you've gotten from here?
I absolutely love it. Birmingham has been an absolute treat to be a part of. Everything from our front office to the owners, everything has been clean and class and very professional, and I couldn't be happier here.
So as you look to try to get this win on Saturday, in your mind, what's the biggest key? What's the biggest difference?
Score more goals than the other team.
That helps, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for the time,
Yeah,
man.
definitely. Thanks, guys.
The Birmingham Legion Football Club. Our name, Legion, is rooted in Birmingham's history and proudly represents our city and its army of hardworking citizens and players. Our symbols, the hammer and anvil. These symbols represent not only our past, but also our might and ability to bend opponents to our will. Together, the hammer and anvil act as a calling for the Legion Nation to shout, "Hammer down," as we cheer our team on to victory. Our shield pays homage to our unified attack on the pitch in the spirit of all who call Birmingham home. Our sparks embody our fiery spirit and define our character, passion, pride, community. Our colors, molten gold and attack black. Molten gold symbolizes the quality of our character and sportsmanship. Attack black is our base, our foundation. It represents our menace and the shrewd determination of our city, players, and fans. We are Legion. We march as one.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's gonna have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal from Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner.
Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Jadama will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows. Steps. Strikes. And saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine. Into the box. Van Schake's there. Van Shake!
For Louisville. And again, Callum Irving grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck as Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it like a Flangsdorf header.
That's where Louisville wants to attack. Shooting and scoring.
It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah.
Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
The flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman. Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away. Gallardo. With the
Top of the box, Lee gets a touch, still driving and sends it, and into the back of the net.
It's like Joe Giles took almost on the entire defense there. Step left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
What a great look at Vulcan, one of the highlights of downtown Birmingham. Welcome back to the Magic City. We're halftime scoreless between Legion FC and Loudoun United. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Kevin. Match day number 6 for both of these sides in the USL Championship. A few of the Eastern Conference sides have played more, including Tampa Bay Rowdies, who are top of the table coming in tonight, if only by a little. St. Louis FC right on their heels, as is North Carolina FC, who is in action tonight and got a big win, I believe, that will propel them into the top 3 in the Eastern Conference, Mike. Both Loudoun and Legion trying to get into that top 10. Legion at 7 points right now, Loudoun with 5.
When you look at the table, I'm not surprised. You've got teams that have been around for a number of years towards the top. Some of the expansion clubs a little farther down, but a win tonight puts Legion FC in the playoff hunt, moves them up 3 spots in 8th place. And so they're certainly been competitive and in, I think, a position where they wouldn't mind being.
Certainly both sides trying to find a foothold in this 2019 campaign. A win would further both teams' chances, as you mentioned, in the early playoff hunt. Here's some of the scores around the league tonight. There's that North Carolina FC score I mentioned earlier, 4-1 over Hartford, as Hartford continue to struggle. Meanwhile, Nashville SC holds a narrow lead right now against Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who are giving Nashville everything they've got and then some. Still scoreless between Memphis 901 FC and Charleston Battery. Scoreless as well between St. Louis FC and Swope Park Rangers. Don't forget all games available on ESPN Plus as you flip around a busy night in the USL Championship this evening, including here. It's been busy as well despite the 0-0 scoreline. Birmingham Legion have had their chances, as have Loudoun, Mike, as we get a look at our stat sheet to this point.
I think the stats do tell a little bit the story of the game tonight. Legion has had more shots, more chances, definitely more possession. But, again, haven't quite got that goal, haven't been able to find the back of the net. So there's still work to be done. I think Loudoun United's not unhappy with the way it's gone. They've given up a lot of possession in all the matches. So I don't think either team is shocked or surprised by the stats. And I think both teams probably feeling okay going into the locker room.
Halftime here from downtown Birmingham. We'll be right back.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to BBVA Compass Field. Magic City Brigade taking a short break, as are we, but second half action is right around the corner. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Kevin. Let's get a look at some of our first half highlights from what was a fairly wide open first 45 minutes. Mike, it got started early. Loudoun was able to create some big chances.
They got behind the defense, had a great chance to score. Ervo doing a brilliant job getting back and recovering.
Legion tried to respond quickly with a big chance of their own. Hoffman's best opportunity from the top of the box, but Kasim has been dangerous on that left side so far. He's played well with Hoffman.
Those two have combined really well, created a number of chances, just haven't been able to hit the target yet.
Matthew Laurent, Kyle Fisher have done their best to cut out the damage on the other end. Daniel Johnson's been at the midst of seemingly everything Legion FC have done positively in the attacking third. What can you expect from him in the second half, Mike?
Yeah, he likes to dribble, he likes to run at the defense. He did it all half, and I know he wants to keep that going this second half.
The closest either side got was Daigo Kobayashi's free kick there that just missed finding the frame. Thurl Edwards' credit, though, looked like he had it covered as we get a look at the upcoming slate for Loudoun. Back home against Bethlehem Steel coming up in May, followed by a road trip to Charlotte Independence and then another home match against Hartford Athletic. On the other side of things for Birmingham Legion, their next 5 come on the road, or 3 of their next 5, I should say. Road trip to New York Red Bulls 2 in Memphis 901 FC next week. It's going to be a tough week for the home side, Mike.
3 games in 8 days is a real challenge at this level where the players put in so many miles. That's a difficult schedule coming up.
Second half just about ready to get underway from downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Loudoun United and Birmingham Legion. Legion working left to right, Loudoun working right to left. Both sides looking for that initial breakthrough as we get rolling in our second 45.
Hopefully it'll be a little more of the same. Both teams going at each other, taking some risks, getting forward, trying to get goals rather than just defend.
Eric Avila wasn't too involved in the Legion attack going forward from his typical right back position. Trying to see a little bit more of the ball in this second 45.
In previous games, Avila has been a big part of the attack and had a lot of the ball. This game seems to be going down the left side a little bit more. That was probably one of the things they talked about at halftime.
Avila spent last season with Las Vegas Lights before coming to Birmingham. He started every contest so far this year for Legion and a second on the club, and crosses swung in with over 20. Here's the first touch of the second half for Johnson. It's a good one to find Kobayashi. He's taken out behind the play. Referee waves play along.
That's probably what Loudoun talked about at halftime, was we can't let Daniel Johnson run with the ball and have freedom to do what he wants. Let's get physical. Let's try and frustrate him a little bit. Don't let him have the same success he had in the first half.
Kasim couldn't quite make a turn. Here's Lopez to Culbertson. Lopez still making the run. Lovely touch to Kasim. Danger here. Chance goes all the way through out to Avila. His shot right at Edwards.
Good attack, just like they did in the first half. We've already seen 2 shots on goal, forcing the keeper to make a save. That's something we didn't see all of last week.
Avila strike on frame, but right at the chest of Edwards. Avila with it once again. Finds Kasim in the middle. Kasim out wide to Culbertson. Johnson chips into Hoffman, who had it cut out by Verfurth. And now perhaps a counter-attacking opportunity for Loudoun. Plenty of time and space for Connor Presley as Loudoun can push forward. Culbertson does well to track back.
They had a 4-on-3 for just a moment, but the pace of the defenders for Legion United, or Legion FC, allowed them to get back and recover.
Almost a 5-on-5 break there if Kobayashi would have pushed it. Instead, Kasim is taken off the ball by Sinclair. Now Legion win it back with Johnson. Johnson beats his man. Still Johnson looking for Hoffman just beyond his right foot.
They've played 2 little balls into Chandler Hoffman. Neither one got there, but it looks like that's something that they're trying to emphasize. Can they find the little gap to get him the ball? They certainly know he's the man who's scored so many goals in his career. They need to try and get him the ball a little more often.
Long ball towards Murphy. Van Okel and he collide, and a foul is going to be whistled against Murphy as Van Okel is down.
That was a heavy hit. Referee didn't seem very quick to recognize what had just happened.
Van Oekel's a big man. Murphy, pretty solid frame in his own right.
He turned his back and threw his hip into him, made the contact a little heavier than it needed to be. And Van Oekel is clearly feeling the impact.
Van Oekel remains down. He missed the opening match of this 2019 campaign for Legion FC due to an injury sustained in training. Trevor Spangenberg was pressed into duty for that opener against Bethlehem Steel. And it's Spangenberg who has sprung to his feet to try to get loose as Van Oekel is helped up. And hopefully no worse for wear, at least relatively.
The trainer never came out on the field, so I don't think they felt it was severe enough that he was going to have to come out of the game. But he definitely is feeling it.
Good sportsmanship there from him and Murphy, saying everything was all good. Van Oekel pushes everyone forward, says he's ready to go, and gets play restarted. Ball once again finds Daniel Johnson. Johnson continues to try to out-dribble this Loudoun United midfield. Pilato and Presley and Jean-Baptiste have had their hands full with the man who spent plenty of time at West Ham's academy as a youth. Here's Zach Arivo. Arivo into Hoffman. Hoffman's left-footed shot deflected out wide, but it's a corner coming.
That was a great driven ball, 70 yards diagonally across the field that really opened up the defense. Great defending at the end to deflect the shot away from Hoffman.
Blocked out by Harry Hawkins. As we get another look. First corner of this second half. Daniel Johnson swings it in. Dangerous ball. Fisher couldn't quite get there. And now it's Connor Presley who wants to counter the other way. Presley picks his head up, looking for the run of Murphy. Is Murphy on? He is not. The flag goes up. He's offside.
Assistant referee doing just what he's supposed to. He let the play happen to see if the attacking player was going to try to play the ball, which he did. That's why it seems like a late call. Took a few seconds for the whistle to go.
Kobayashi back to Avila. Kasim couldn't quite get there. Pass was cut out by Pilato. Lopez switches to the other side now with Johnson. Johnson cuts it inside. Johnson perhaps teeing up a shot, just wide. Did Edwards get a piece? He did. Had to parry it past the post for another corner.
He definitely got a piece of it. That was a great save because that ball, I think, might have snuck in that near post. Lots of shots and lots of shots on goal, forcing the goalkeeper to be a part of this game.
Not the first time Johnson has tried Edwards near post. Johnson's ball in, trying to find Laurent. Instead, it was headed away by Verfurth.
Great defending.
Lopez wanted to try to take it quickly while he still had bodies forward. Instead, everyone's going to reset. Fans, when you're busy shuffling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with MealFit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Top of the box, Kobayashi. Now with Eric Avila. Avila's cross, trying to find Hoffman. Instead finds the head of Verfurth once more. And played out of danger. MealFit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about MealFit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Lopez tries to loft one over the top, looking for the run of Arivo, but a bit too far. It'll be a goal kick coming for Loudoun.
Even though that ball doesn't connect, Legion FC give up possession. Letting the defense know that you're going to play some balls over the top, you're going to make them work, tends to stretch out a defense and maybe create a little more room in midfield.
Edwards Jr. sends his men forward. The man who spent plenty of time in MLS, made 5 MLS starts last year actually for Orlando City SC. 27-year-old graduate of UCLA. Makes his 3rd start of 2019 this evening in Birmingham.
And he's been good so far tonight. He's
been called upon a few times to try to prevent any potential goals scored by this Legion attack. Culbertson chips it forward just barely to Johnson. Johnson trying to thread it through to Arivo. Instead, it was cut out by Presley. Sinclair tried to turn, but no one home as Laurent will go to chase it down.
Good bit of possession here. They've had the ball for a little while, making Loudoun chase from side to side, up and back. Over time, fatigue is going to set in.
Culbertson goes down. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Viatoro is going to be the offending party, according to our referee tonight, Sergei Damianchuk. Culbertson's touch was a little heavy, and I believe that's going to be the argument from Viatoro, but it was the trailing arm that caught a piece of Culbertson.
Culbertson's not the tallest guy, so he's right about elbow height. And I don't think there was anything intentional there, but he definitely got a little bit of arm in the face.
Edwards directing traffic in front of him. Looks like just a two-man wall for Loudoun this time. Second dangerous set piece Legion have had from this left side tonight. This a little bit more off-center than the last one.
It's a little bit wide, but it's certainly a dangerous opportunity. Loudoun have every player back inside the box.
Will it be Kobayashi who has to go, or will it be Culbertson who swings it towards the back post?
Kobayashi hit a great free kick, the last one they had, but I think this is going to be Culbertson trying to drop it right on the 6-yard line.
It's Kobayashi who has to go to the back post. Edwards Jr. had it covered.
That's why announcers need to keep their mouths shut sometimes. I like it, though, and I like the confidence to take the shot from that distance.
Tried to trouble Mr. Edwards. Did Daigo Kobayashi, the elder statesman for Legion. Man who spent last year with Las Vegas Lights, and before that, 94 appearances with New England Revolution in the MLS. Lopez nudged in the back by Sinclair. Referee says play on. Plenty of MLS experience on this club for Legion, including the man who just touched at Zach Arivo. Here's Kasim running down a long pass, and he is going to be whistled for the foul against Terry Hawkins. Much to the crowd's dismay here in downtown Birmingham.
That one looked a little soft. Prosper Kasim's not big enough to knock over a 6'4" center back, but the call was made.
So the break goes Loudoun United's way.
Definitely a little bump in the back when you watch the replay.
Hoffman wins the aerial duel, trying to find Kasim. Good work once again by Hawkins. Arivo running down the loose ball.
Nice job on that last play. Hoffman beating the 6'4" center back in the air.
Arivo looking for options. Spins to find Johnson. To Culbertson. Arivo now. Does he want to switch the play? He does. Towards Kobayashi. Couldn't quite get it to him. Kobayashi trying to track back, and he's going to be whistled for a foul as Loudoun is spilled.
Good place to take the foul. I think he tried to get the ball. He had a chance at it, but he just couldn't quite reach it, knowing that if he tried, he was either going to get the ball or the man and slow down the attack either way.
4 start tonight for Andrew Loudoun, who was certainly busy in the first 10 minutes of this match. Been a little quieter since. For another goal scorer last week for Loudoun against New York Red Bulls. Loudoun's been road warriors to this point in this 2019 campaign. Plenty of road games, in part because their playing surface not officially ready, and it won't be till late in the summer in Loudoun County, in Leesburg, as another foul is given here.
It's tough to play that many games on the road, especially in a row as they've done so far it's not so bad when you know that you've got a brand new stadium and a new field to come home to eventually. You just got to find a way to survive the first half of the season.
First game at Loudoun United Stadium tentatively set for August 9th, as Arivo is going to be shown Legion's second yellow card of the night for a high boot into the neck. As we get a second look, and that looks like the right call from up here as Viatoro went down.
Yeah, putting your foot in somebody's face is usually not going to be looked on nicely by the referee. I don't think he meant to hurt anybody, but that was pretty high. The referee really had no choice.
So Arivo goes in the book, the loanee from the New England Revolution, who continues to feature in this starting lineup for Legion. Legion at one time had 3 MLS loanees on this club. Arivo along with J.J. Williams and Brian Wright. As you look at Richie Williams, speaking of men with MLS experience, Williams spent plenty of time with the DC United senior team before making the transition to coaching.
He was a great player, a true legend. Played with the national team, played in World Cups, won 3 MLS Cups. He's one of those guys that everybody in the country who follows soccer knows what an amazing career he's had.
Arivo gets another talking to for a tough challenge against Viatoro. Both he and Daniel Johnson involved in that play. Both the 2 men that need to be careful playing on cautions already.
In most of their previous matches, Loudoun United really threw their bodies around. They're not the tallest team, but they're a pretty physical team. And I think we're probably seeing a little bit of Legion FC trying to make sure that they match that physical intensity, maybe overdoing it a little bit at times.
Lopez, a long pass across the park to find Avila. Avila's cross to Hoffman is sent away by Hawkins. Arivo supplies the pressure and wins possession back for his side with a throw coming for Kyle Culbertson.
That was a really good service, driven into the near post. Even if you don't win that first ball, oftentimes the rebound, the knockout is bouncing around. Anything could happen. Another really dangerous opportunity for Legion FC.
Johnson pushes forward. Johnson taking off the ball, and getting the ball was Jack Jean-Baptiste. Both men go down. Referee has already turned to watch play go the other way. Flag stays down on this end. Van Oekel comes out to take out Murphy.
Loudoun United have 2 men down on the ground.
Great work by Matt Van Oekel. Legion trying to counter quickly.
Van Oekel hasn't had much to do, but that's his second big play of the game.
Kobayashi surveys the space. His pass cut out by Presley and played backwards towards Edwards. Dangerous moments. Van Oekel came to the rescue. Otherwise, Loudoun might lead this contest if Kyle Murphy can get a shot off his foot there. Less than a half hour left from downtown Birmingham tonight. Fans, who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. Based on some of the results we've seen across the championship so far, certainly will be some movement this upcoming Monday.
There have been some very surprising scores, a lot of big scores. 4-4 games, 4-3, 3-2. A lot of goals scored throughout the league this week.
Substitution coming for Legion. First switch of the night for either side. And it's going to be Gail Mabiala,
Legion FC in the 63rd
who makes just his second appearance of the year. He appeared briefly in the opener against Bethlehem Steel. But it's Mabiala who comes in for Daigo Kobayashi.
For Daigo Kobayashi.
Mabiala's got some great pace, usually plays as a right back. So I think they're going to push Aviala into midfield and see if they can use Mabiala's pace on the outside to get behind the defense.
Here's Mabiala's first touch, perhaps a chance to send in a cross. Instead, a heavy touch means Due had a chance to get in there first. But that's exactly what it looks like right now, Mike. Mabiala slots in as a right back, and Avila will move into the midfield.
Mabiala is a guy who really likes to run at defenses. He's got amazing pace. He's a big, strong, powerful player. His touch isn't always 100% clean, but he can cause a lot of danger getting around the outside of defenses.
Here's Avila, his cross, Aravo couldn't put it on frame.
Another really good chance. The pressure is building. I think that's the 8th shot on goal so far. You feel like it's going to come. They've got 30 minutes to get it done.
For the Legion FC.
Legion very quickly will make another change.
Eddie Opoku.
As Eddie Opoku will come on for Chandler Hoffman.
For number 9, Chandler Hoffman.
So Hoffman's had a good game so far. I think this is really just trying to get more pace up top, try something a little different. The goal hasn't come. Eddie Opoku's got just blazing speed. And so I think let's see if these 6'4" center backs can handle this much pace.
Opoku, the loanee from Columbus Crew, makes his 4th substitution appearance of this 2019 season for Legion. Due trying to thread it through to Sinclair. Instead, it was cut out by Lopez, and a foul is going to be given as Avila was taken down. Fans, don't forget Legion FC return to BBVA Compass Field on Saturday, May 11th, when the club hosts 2-time defending champion Louisville City, as you get a second look at Avila go to ground. And Louisville City match at 7 o'clock local time. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza beginning at 5, and cheer on Legion FC. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app.
Legion have gotten a little younger, a little bit faster, and the way they're pushing Mabiala way up high, I think they've decided to take a few more risks and really do everything they possibly can to get that first home goal.
They've got less than 25 minutes to find that opener. Of course, Loudoun would love to come here and steal 3 points on the road, much like they did last week against Red Bulls 2. Legion's season to this point has been a tale of 2 teams. At home, 0-2-1. Losses to Ottawa and Bethlehem with a draw last week against Swope. On the road, they've taken down St. Louis, who's near top of the table, and the 2-time defending champions, Louisville City.
They've scored 6 goals on the road and 0 at home. It's a little surprising, but sometimes with a brand new club, it takes a couple matches just to find your feet and figure out what the league is really all about. So those first 2 games, I'm not sure we can hold against the team.
Here's Opoku with a chance to turn. Opoku's cross partially blocked. Kasim was there, just couldn't get his head to it. And Avila is whistled for handball near the top of the box.
Unlucky bounce, caught him by surprise, popped up and hit him in the arm. But another good attack, more good chances. The fans certainly are feeling the pressure and feeling like it's going to come. They've got about 25 minutes to get it done here.
As this Loudoun back 4 feeling the pressure yet. So far, they've bent, but they have not broken.
They've been really solid. They've won a lot of the balls in the air. They've cleared balls out, and they've had some dangerous counterattacks. So they're not just packing it in. I think they're very pleased with the way the game's gone. It's unusual to be 66 minutes, 67 minutes in, and both coaches are pretty happy, but not because one team or the other is doing things well and the other is struggling. Both teams are doing exactly what they want.
Lovely footwork there from Sinclair. Looking for the run of Murphy. Mabiala and Fisher both there to usher that one into touch.
Fisher just turned and grabbed the back of his hamstring. Hopefully he's just got a little tightness, maybe a little cramp in there.
Certainly not feeling great, but he waved off any attention from the medical staff, saying he was fine, as we get a second look at him coming up a little limpy there. Sinclair trying to play through Presley. Culbertson was there. And now Culbertson wants to push forward into the vacated space.
Fisher just waved for a change to the bench, so he is going to need to come off.
Here's Avila to Johnson. Johnson a good first touch. Taken down from behind. Free kick coming in a very dangerous area.
They've sent Tyler Turner to the warm-up area to get himself ready. He's doing a couple of sprints down there right now, so I do think they're going to make that change as soon as they can.
Get a second look here at Johnson, who got clipped from behind by Sinclair. Costly mistake potentially, as this is the best free kick opportunity either team have had tonight. A bevy of options.
Kobayashi took the first 2 free kicks. I wouldn't be surprised that Kasim with his left foot steps up to this one. Looks like it'll be either him or Culbertson to take it.
It's a 4-man wall for Loudoun with a 5th lurking in the form of Pilato. In the 70th minute, it's a chance for Kasim, who can't quite find frame.
He's trying to place it in that upper corner. I think he looked up a little bit to see where it was going rather than keeping his head over that ball. That was a good opportunity that went away.
Legion are going to make their final change. As Mike mentioned, Kyle Fisher is coming off with a hamstring injury. The new center back is going to be number 88, Femi Hollinger-Jansen, which is the first time this year, Mike, that we have seen Hollinger-Jansen come on as a defensive replacement. The forward normally is going to play in the back 4.
Well,
or will he?
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is what they did at St. Louis. They're going to bring Arivo to the back and push Femi up top or somewhere in an attacking role, which is really his forte. So they've gotten even more athletic, but they've taken Arivo, who's had a big role in midfield, and brought him to the back.
Shinya Kadono checks in for Loudoun as Andrew Luban's shift is complete tonight. First change of the night for the visitors, Loudoun United, who have 2 more changes left to play with. Legion, of course, are out of changes now. Don't know if Femi Hollinger-Jansen was in the plans tonight or not, but he certainly became a key piece after Kyle Fisher was forced to leave this match tonight.
Loudoun has brought on another attacking player as well, so I don't know if that's an offensive role or a defensive one, but you like to see both teams bringing on attacking players and really trying to get after it.
High boot and a foul called against Kyle Culbertson. Fans Birmingham Legion entrusts its care of its athletes to UAB Orthopedics, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience treating issues and injuries from shoulders and elbows to feet and ankles. Visit any of our 3 locations, UAB Hospital Highlands, Leeds, and now in Gardendale. And it's that UAB Orthopedics group right now that's working on Kyle Fisher now that he's checked out of this contest. Arivo has indeed moved back to that center back role as he wins this away from Sinclair. Johnson tried to flick it on, instead he gave it away. First touch for Kadono is a bit heavy. And now it gives Legion a chance to attack. Johnson picks his head up, looking for options. Still Johnson with it at his feet. Finds the run of Mabiala. Mabiala turns it back inside. Still Mabiala to Johnson, to Kasim. Kasim out wide to Apoku. Apoku's low ball is cut out by Hawkins, only as far as Lopez. Still Legion operating on the front foot here. Another extended run of possession in the opponent's half. That hadn't been the issue for Legion to this point tonight. It's been creating that final big chance. Hollinger-Jansen's first touch, a good one to find Apoku, who was offside.
They've definitely been more dangerous than they were last week. They've had more possession than last week. They've had more shots on goal than they had last week, but they haven't found the net, which is just like last week.
Lovely touch there from Hollinger-Jansen to try to free Apoku, who is just maybe about a half a body off as Harry Hawkins trapped him in an offside position. Now perhaps a chance for Loudoun. Kadono's second touch a little bit better. And a foul is going against the native of Kobe, Japan, 22-year-old who prepped at Cal. The third-round pick of DC United in the Super Draft. Mabiala turns, sprinting forward, excellent pace. Cut out on the near side by Pibe Dua.
One of the things that happens when you put three guys on the field that haven't played together is they don't know where each other might be running or where they like to receive the ball.
Hollinger Jansen took that on half volley, and did it get a piece of a defender? It did. Corner coming.
He's called a deflection and given him the corner, but twice Mabiala's gotten the ball wide where he'd like to run at the defense, and midfield players have made runs into the space in front of him where he can't just run with the ball. That's something that they'll have to work out over time as they get to know each other better in those roles.
Looks like that did just get a piece of the back of Jacques-Jean Baptiste. Corner's going to be taken by Daniel Johnson. Fans, don't forget you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. That's the Legion FC app. Download the app on iOS and Android today, as that's headed out of play. It's the Legion FC app, available on iOS and Android. Don't forget to hammer down. Mabiala tried to play Kasim into space. Once again, those two not quite on the same page just yet. As Avila runs this all the way down and plays back to Van Oekel.
Great job by Avila. He's been playing in midfield for the last 10 minutes, but has the experience and the knowledge to get back and cover for his center backs who'd gone forward.
Johnson still running. Still Daniel Johnson. A left-footed cross is sent away by Verfurth. Hervo trying to win at least the throw, if not the ball. How that stayed in play that long, I have no idea, but he did win the throw and quickly gets it back in play to Lopez. Less than a quarter hour left tonight from Birmingham. Both teams still looking for that first. Mabiala's early ball is blocked by Douay.
Nice pass from Laurent to Mabiala. Those two have played together the last 2 years in college. They certainly know each other well. Cross unfortunately got cut out.
Two UAB Blazers combining right now on this near side. On the far side, here's Culbertson. Culbertson's right-footed ball towards the direction of Kasim, and there's Errol Edwards. Edwards has been good tonight. Solid distribution there to find Murphy holding up play against Laurent.
Edwards has made a couple of really big saves, been clean in his distribution, and he's been a real organizer of his backs. Done a really nice job the whole evening.
Legion trying to apply a little bit of pressure. And it's going to win the possession with a throw. Fans, you can get updates and alerts all season long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Legion FC or Loudoun United and click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Lopez plays another diagonal ball. He's done that plenty of times tonight. Finds Mabiala. Here's Kasim. Kasim turns into the area where he's cut off by Douay. And a goal kick coming.
Play has come down the right side for Legion FC a little more off in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. But they still haven't been able to find that final pass or final shot that will get them the goal.
Fancy footwork there from Douay, the West Virginia product, to play that off of Kasim over the end line. It's the 85th regular season appearance tonight for Pibo Douay, as Laurent pays that out.
All back four for Loudoun has had a really good match. They've bent a little bit, they've given up some chances, but they've been solid. They've won more than their share of battles in the air. They've won some great tackles and deflected some balls on the ground. I think they'll go home pretty happy if they can keep it at zeros.
And that's without Akeem Ward, who was the right back on the USL Team of the Week last week. 17-year-old Jack Viatoro has slotted in nicely. Good tackle by Lopez. Douay went down, referee wasn't buying. as Mabiala is hacked from behind by Sinclair, and a free kick is given. Legion want to take it quickly as time continues to tick.
I'm not sure what Coach Richie Williams was complaining about, but he wasn't happy with that call. Looked like a pretty obvious foul to the back of Mabiala's leg from where we're sitting.
Culbertson, another ball into the area. Edwards once again out to collect. His big arm tries to find the run of Cadono. Lopez instead is the one who ends up collecting possession. And now Lopez wants to push forward. Finds Hollinger Jansen. But he passes right between Johnson and Kasim. Sinclair looking for help. Forced to play backwards. Good switch of play from Harry Hawkins. Unfortunately, Villatoro couldn't keep it.
Took a funny hop, just lost it out of bounds. Looked like maybe he tweaked his ankle as he was trying to jump for that ball.
Poku plays Johnson. Johnson's first touch is broken up. Referee was going to call a foul, instead plays the advantage. Here's Mabiala's ball in, trying to find Kasim. Instead, it was cut out once again, as Hawkins and Verfurth have had plenty to deal with tonight, but so far so good for that central back pairing. Here's Kasim. Kasim top of the area. A touch too heavy betrays him. Now Presley moving forward. Chance for Loudoun to counter into space. Here's Murphy. Murphy against Laurent. Can he win the foot race? Laurent, shoulder to shoulder, does well to cut it out.
Great defending. Got his body between the man and the ball and just leaned into him nicely. Nothing that you could call a foul. Great 1v1 defending.
The native of Markham, Ontario, and the UAB Blazer once again comes up strong tonight. Fans, be sure to tune in Wednesday, April 30th at 6 o'clock Central Time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC visiting the two-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week, April 30th at 6 o'clock on ESPN3. Laurent tracks back. Keeps it in play at the very least. Here's Douay. Good job to find the space by Sinclair. He plays Murphy. Murphy still moving forward. Heavy touch. Got it caught in between a dribble and a pass.
This game is getting stretched. It's end to end.
Great job by Edwards, who had to come out and cut off the run of Opoku. Otherwise, he was in free.
We literally have players standing at the edge of both boxes that time. There was a lot of players in both attacking ends. Lots of space for counterattacks and people running forward.
Less than 10 minutes left tonight. Can either side find a game winner? Another touch for Mabiala on this right side. Mabiala beats the first defender, plays in Opoku. Opoku with a chance, his right-footed shot is blocked by Verfurth. Another corner coming.
Great tackle from Verfurth. That was a dangerous opportunity, maybe 10 yards from goal at the most. Looked like Opoku was in. Great tackle to not just block the shot, but get it out of trouble.
Verfurth signed with Loudoun a day before their opener against Nashville. But he's been a major part of what Loudoun has done at the back this evening, and really over the main course of this early action in 2019. Culbertson's ball is headed away. Lopez collects. Johnson still has his numbers forward. Looks like it's going to be Culbertson who tries to swing it in. Can't beats Douay. Legion still with numbers forward as Culbertson sends it towards Edwards, who will keep it in place so he can burn a little bit more time.
It does look like Loudoun has reached that point where they're okay with the draw. They've been under pressure the last 30 minutes or so. They seem to start wasting a little time here and there. I think they're willing to take the 0-0 draw and take the point and go home.
Loudoun still have two substitutions at their disposal should they use them or need them. Legion, of course, are out of changes. Another chance for Daniel Johnson in midfield. Plays it wide and finds Culbertson again. But Culbertson was offside. The flag is up.
That's a tight call. Culbertson is in a position where he should be able to see straight across the field and know whether he's on or off.
Can't tell based on that replay, as it was back when the ball was played to him by Johnson. Credit this Loudoun United club. They've played well tonight. The youth has certainly held right in with Birmingham Legion in the Magic City this evening. Johnson plays Avila. Avila back to Johnson. Lovely 1-2 between the midfielders. Here's Johnson taken down. Free kick coming. And Verfurth can't believe it. And neither can the rest of his Loudoun teammates, as Johnson wins another free kick and a dangerous spot.
Legion FC have run at the defense time and time again. And time again, Loudoun United have stood up to the challenge and found ways to defend and block shots and make tackles. This free kick is another dangerous opportunity. The way Daniel Johnson is setting the ball down, it looks like he's claiming it for himself. We'll see what it really is.
Johnson, the only man around it right now. As we wait for our referee to mark off the 10 strides. And he'll certainly have some moving to do with this Loudoun wall, which currently is 5 deep.
5 deep and really big. There's a lot of big bodies in that wall.
It's going to be Daniel Johnson, and Daniel Johnson alone to take this free kick. Johnson right at Edwards.
Pretty good free kick, but straight at the keeper. Got it up, got it down, had some dip on it, but couldn't find the side of the goal. Instead found the center.
Edwards hasn't had any miscues at the back either. As this Loudoun defense has been under siege for most of the second 45 minutes. But so far, they've held steady.
11-2 in shots throughout this game. Van Okel's made a couple of plays, but he's got 0 saves, which means Loudoun United have not had a shot on goal this match. They've had some shots, but none on goal.
Here's a Poku. Poku against Verfurth. Gets it on his right. Top of the box. Johnson. Johnson lays it off for Avila. Plays it out into space for Mabiala. Mabiala's first touch let him down a bit.
Looked like he couldn't decide what to do with it. Should he serve it in straight away or go to goal?
Here's Kasim right at Edwards.
More pressure, more shots. They can't be unhappy with the way they're playing. They just can't seem to find a way past a big goalkeeper who's having a really good game.
Man down behind the play, as that looks like Bibo Due, who is laying down near the corner flag. And it looks like he's in some serious pain, pointing to what looks like either his knee or his ankle. Referee or the training staff trying to figure that out as well.
He looks like he's in some pain, and they're definitely checking his knee. Hopefully he'll be okay. He's had a really good match tonight. It's been a real key to this defense so far. Looks like they're stretching him out for cramps, so that's hopefully a good sign for him.
Getting him some fluids as well, as we'll see where he went down. Cadono swung and missed, which is what allowed Kasim to get a shot off.
Dewey just went down on his own. It didn't look like any contact or anybody around him.
It's Orlando Sinclair, pardon me, not Pivo Due. So Sinclair is down. Loudoun will play down a man for at least the next few moments while they do prepare one more change at the minimum. he won't come on right now. Not the best of deliveries there from Edwards. It's right back at the feet of the home side with Lopez. Here's Mabiala looking for Opoku. Flag stays down. Opoku was able to stay onside. Dangerous ball punched away by Edwards. Corner coming.
Starting to sound like a broken record, but more good play, more dangerous opportunities. And another good play by Kyle Murphy, by Edwards to keep the clean sheet.
Looks like before this corner is taken is when Loudoun would like to make that change. Alexon Saravia is going to be the man who comes on for Orlando Sinclair. So Sinclair will not have to battle those cramps any longer. His night is complete. Saravia, the native of El Salvador, just 18 years old, another DC United Academy product who spent 4 seasons with the Academy. Played 23 minutes last week against New York Red Bulls 2. He's on here for the final minute plus of this one. Just 30 seconds until we reach stoppage time tonight. Culbertson's left-footed cross. Edwards punches with one hand. Avila trying to run it down. He does. His right-footed ball into the area. Headed away by Douay. Erivo on it now. Legion continue to keep their numbers forward. Here's Hollinger Jansen. Lays it off for Lopez. His ball is headed away by Hawkins. And now with Legion caught forward, a chance to counter as Hollinger Jansen takes a man down. Play on, says the official, with Murphy at his feet. He gets around Erivo. Murphy's shot is wide.
Indicated 4 minutes. We added on to the second half.
Hollinger Jansen is down on the ground, pounding the ground. Not sure what he did, but he looks to be in some real pain.
Hollinger Jansen at least sitting up on the far side. But he's holding what appears to be his right knee. There is announced 4 minutes of stoppage time. Our stoppage time tonight brought to you by UAB Medicine. Legion are out of subs, so hopefully Hollinger Jansen can continue, at least from their perspective.
He'll need to battle on no matter what, but he doesn't look like he's moving comfortably just yet.
Bit of an awkward play there from Hawkins, allows Legion to keep it in play. Here's Opoku. Opoku is on it. His cross finds Hollinger Jansen, whose shot is parried away.
Great attack and a fantastic strike from Hollinger Jansen. Just happened to hit Edwards in the hands. I'm not sure he had much time to do anything other than get his hands up in his face.
It was a lovely strike from Hollinger Jansen. Credit the quick reflexes of Edwards. Another corner. Here's Culbertson. Hollinger Jansen's header is wide. Opoku keeps it in play and at least earns his side another corner as the time keeps ticking away. And it's Opoku who comes up a little limping now.
It's been a physical match. Both teams have felt the physical pressure. They're suffering a little bit. A couple of minutes of stoppage time is all that's left.
Avila runs it down. Plays up top to Lopez. Swings it around to Johnson. Johnson cuts inside, looking for help, looking for options. Almost does a full circle before finding Lopez once more. Here's Kasim. Out wide Culbertson. His right-footed ball blocked away by Villatoro. And the final substitution of the night is coming for Loudoun before this throw can be taken.
This one's just a time waster. They found a way to let another 30, 40 seconds tick off the clock.
So it's Sandor Bustamante who comes in to take out Kyle Murphy, the 19-year-old, who's made 3 starts this year, but did not start, obviously, tonight. Looks like it's going to be a long throw that's taken by Culbertson. Legion have 5 men in the area right now. Here's Leroy, who gets his head to it. Kasim tried to head it down. Legion want a handball. Referee says no.
If if it did hit a hand, I don't think he knew anything about it. I don't think that was in any way deliberate. It may have slipped and hit his hand down by his side, but his hands were in a natural position. I don't think you're going to get that call very often.
Here's a chance for Kassim, who puts it in! In the dying moments, Legion have stolen a win here at home and went away to score their first goal in front of the home crowd as Kassim does a full lap around the park, knowing he secured 3 points for his side tonight.
That's the goal that everybody's been waiting for. Crowd has come out 4 times to watch this team play. They've been into the match. Finally get the reward of watching that ball go into the net. Great goal at a clutch moment. Couldn't be a bigger first goal.
It's Prosper Kassim, the Ghanaian, who will go down in the record books as the first goal scorer here at BBVA Compass Field. He'll gladly take that yellow card for taking off his jersey as the Forge can get to work.
Yeah, we finally get to see the Forge put the hammer down on an ingot of iron. Fans get their reward. The team gets its reward for playing such an attacking style of soccer tonight. They've gone for it from the opening whistle. 15 shots on goal. Chance after chance after chance. And finally the reward that they've been working so hard for.
We've gone over our minimum of 4 minutes of added time.
The referee's going to add a few moments for the celebration, but there can't be very much left.
Van Oekel sends it deep. That is it. That is all from downtown Birmingham tonight. Birmingham Legion, for the first time in franchise history, find the net at home and secure all 3 points in front of the crowd at BBVA Compass Field tonight. Make it 4 straight successful results for Legion FC, who seem to have found their footing in 2019.
Loudoun United are going to feel a little hard done tonight because they played really well and battled hard for the full 90 minutes. I think Legion FC are going to feel like they got exactly what they deserved. They attacked from the opening whistle. They took risks. They took chances. They pushed people forward. They did all the things you can do to try and get goals. They made changes in formation and players on the field. They did absolutely everything and finally got that reward that they've worked incredibly hard for.
It's going to be a happy crowd tonight. There's the strike from Kassim that will go down in the record books from the Legion perspective, and it spelled heartbreak for Loudoun United on this Saturday night. We'll take a timeout, wrap things up when we come back from a happy BBVA Compass Field.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham. It is a happy supporters group across the way tonight. Their side stole this contest away 1-0 in the final stages of the match. It was Prosper Kassim's strike that sealed it, but Mike, as you mentioned, Legion probably walk away feeling like they deserve that final strike the way they dominated possession and dominated the attacking phase of tonight.
You can't dominate the statistics any more than they did. 65% possession, 15 shots to 4, 4 shots on goal to 0. All the stats are on their side. All the play was on their side. They just couldn't break through until that last moment. And Prosper Kasim, he's got the first goal in Legion FC history, and he's got the first goal at home in Legion FC history. So he's had a big season so far.
Kasim's left foot has been lethal for this Birmingham Legion FC attack. It's a solid supporters group and a very happy supporters group as the celebration is on in downtown Birmingham tonight. What a performance from Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United, who put on a heck of a contest in the USL Championship this evening. This copyright and broadcast is owned by USL Productions LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of USL Productions is prohibited. What a fun night for the Magic City. For Mike Getman, my name is Blake Gardner, saying so long from downtown Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced